Alright guys, Delzinski here, and funkin' hell. I mean funkin' hell. Brodus Clay in TNA. I can't believe it, you can't believe it, even Brodus can't believe it, but it is true. Yes, Brodus Clay rocked up at a TNA taping in Bethlehem, and he is now part of TNA. Now, whether or not it's a long-term deal, whether or not it's a short-term deal, I don't know, but this picture on the screen right now has been doing the rounds on social networking, and I wanted to talk about it. Is it a good move for Brodus Clay to go to TNA? I have to say yes. It is a good move for Brodus because I think this is an opportunity for him to re-establish himself. WWE did not do a very good job with Brodus Clay over the years. I mean, first of all, they had him as a monster, and it looked like they were going to do a real good job with him, and he looked like he was going to be one of those guys that was going to go on a tremendous run through the WWE roster, only for them to go and flip the switch and turn him into the Funkasaurus, which we all know how that planned out. So, for me, Brodus Clay going to TNA is a real good chance for Brodus to dust himself down and, reinvent himself. And a very fine example of how that can be done in TNA is taking a look at the man he's standing with, Ethan Carter, EC3, formerly Derek Bateman of NXT. That for me is a prime example of TNA getting it right and WWE getting it wrong. This guy was a tremendous talent, and WWE didn't appreciate him, so he went elsewhere, he's worked his ass off, and he has now got himself in a position where, Ethan Carter is becoming a well-known name on the circuit. So, for me, if Brodus Clay can do what EC3 has done, then good luck to him, and I think it is going to be a good move for both parties. With TNA's part, whether they're going to sign him to a long-term deal, or whether this is a short-term deal, as I said, I just don't know. But I would like to think that this is a long-term deal because I think TNA can do a good job with Brodus. And I could see him potentially, from the image, it looks like he's going to be siding with EC3. So, is he going to be his bodyguard? Is he going to be, like his right-hand man? Is that how he's going to be treated? I think that could very well be the case. Brodus the bodyguard. That's got a good ring to it. I mean, the information at the moment about what Brodus Clay actually did at this event is kind of sketchy. There's no actual confirmation of what he's done, and also no confirmation of his new in-ring name, because he's going to get one. So what will it be? So, guys, with that being the case, I'm going to put it to you. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think Brodus Clay's new name is going to be in TNA Impact Wrestling. And, come on, don't be rude, please, because I'm sure some of you will be, but, be gentle with old Brody. Come on. So let me know via the comments box below what you think Brodus Clay's new name is going to be. And as well, do you think it's a good move for Brodus Clay? As I said, I do. I'm trying to work out who that is in the picture laying on the mat. I mean, is that Rockstar Spud? It kind of looks like Rockstar Spud in his old Rockstar attire. Is it? I can't work it out, to be honest. But, if that is Rockstar Spud, then that would lead me to believe that Brodus Clay has come in to side with Ethan Carter. And, TNA have done a massive job with EC3, because when he was paired with Spud, it was almost like, that comic factor that they had. But over the New York tapings, EC3 has got a real, feeling of seriousness about his character now, and TNA have done a very good job of establishing that with his, destruction of people like Rhino, his aggressiveness towards Tommy Dreamer, that he wouldn't back down against someone like a Kurt Angle, a Bully Ray during the time of the feud with Dixie Carter. So bringing in Brodus Clay to be aligned with him, and this seriousness, maybe, just maybe, that is Rockstar Spud, and EC3 has turned on him and decided to go down this more serious route. And also that's quite good for Spud, because I really like Rockstar Spud, big fan. He's from the UK, of course, and I think that this opens the door for him to have some more in-ring action and potentially a really good feud with EC3, considering that, you know, he was almost his lapdog for, you know, 6 months now. So that'd be a really good feud to get going with as well. So yeah, Brodus Clay, TNA. If you haven't been watching the TNA product recently, then I suggest you do, because albeit they've got their issues at the moment with Spike TV and acquiring a contract, and they're still looking at different networks as such, and you know, they've got tape-ins, so you get spoilers, and you know, this is how I noticed this. Otherwise I would have probably liked to have seen it in the show, but there you go, it's done its round and everybody knows about it now, and I'm obviously covering it as well. But you know, they've got their issues, but their product itself, match-wise, is great. And if you haven't been watching the matches recently, over the last 2 months, the tapings that have been going on in New York, they have had some phenomenal matches. I mean, you've had the tag team series between the Hardys, the Dudleys, and the Wolves. That's been awesome to watch. Those matches have just been as good as some of the TLC matches we've seen in WWE before. Maybe not quite as good, but you know, they've been pushing the bar quite a lot. EC3 establishing himself as a major heel. Very good work from TNA. Bobby Roode, again, this time a face, but not willing to back down. Not a coward. You know, usually you have these guys that, you know, Bobby Roode has just got that gimmick where he's a face, he's a heel, he's going to treat you the same way, he's going to get in your face, and he's going to get in a fight with you. And I like that about the character that Bobby Roode has now got. You know, they've done a lot of things. Bobby Lashley, you know, as world champion, a really credible champion that TNA have built now in Lashley. I mean, he is the destroyer, and pairing him up with MVP as his mouthpiece is a really good bit of work by TNA. And also getting Kenny King in the mix as well, bringing Kenny King forward to the forefront. So, you know, even that hierarchy with the champion at the top works at the moment in TNA, and they've got a lot of people floating around to get into that main event feud. The X Division, Samoa Joe as the X Division champion, and then you've actually got all the high flyers coming back into TNA now. You've got your Manic, you've got your Sonada in the mix, Austin Aries floats in between the two. So for me, it all is looking really, really good for TNA at the moment. So if they can secure themselves a TV deal, I think, you know, that it's on the up. This is not the company I was so disappointed in around about 12, maybe about 6 months ago. I was hugely disappointed with the company. I was becoming disillusioned with it, and you know, they have won me back with these tapings in New York. It feels like they've found a new direction, and it's working for me. And as I said, Brodus Clay coming into the mix, it's a good starting point for him to really re-establish himself as a main event player. So guys, let me know what you think of Brodus going to Impact Wrestling. I want to get your views on it. As I said, I want to know what name you would give Brodus Clay. Be gentle, please. And what do you think is going to happen with Brodus Clay? And is that Rockstar Spud in that image? Because I still don't know. So there you have it, guys. As per usual, please rate, comment, and subscribe. And as always, this is Delzinski signing out.